Hey guys, it's Minwoo Lee here. I'm going to walk you through the inside of my brain, I guess, for this final round of the HSBC Abu Dhabi Championship. So um, let's go through it and hope you enjoy. So here's the first hole. Hitting some nice drives on the range and thought I would just hit a little fade off the left rough. Just started this a bit too straight over that camera tower and it leaked to the right there. Ended up probably on probably in the worst spot that you can to this pin position, which wasn't great, which I knew straight off the bat. I'm over here just practicing my swing, and the lie was not that good here. As you can see, it's pretty buried. Flubbed it out there and went into the other bunker. Not very good, short-sighted to this pin, which obviously is not great. Hit it to about 20 feet, and the greens are rolling really good, and I was putting good that week, so thought I had a decent chance. Hit at good speed, but just ended up being left. Moved on and made a bogey there, yeah. So I was in the lead there with a lot of other guys, and I'm one back now. Pumped my driver, I'm pretty sure. The wind was off the right, so I needed to carry that bunker, and I smoked it. So yeah, you can see it's a pretty big carry. It's like 310 yards probably, and smoked it. Uh, it was nice to get a good drive after the last hole. Hit a nice, I think it was a 9 iron or an 8 iron. Thought I hit it pretty good, but we were playing for front edge, and it comes up 5 yards short. So uh, it was not that bad of a miss. Probably played a bit short of, if anything, but had to wait here for a while for a ruling on the side there, and ended up smoking my putt down the hill. So it wasn't the best of starts, and if I had it back, I would probably want to play those first two holes again better. Uh, Obviously not happy with that. Hit it 3 feet short, and now I've got a little tester for par. Pretty disappointed with the way I started. Like I said, I wish I had those two holes back again, just because you probably should be one under for these first two holes. Hit a nice drive on three, I think with a 2 iron, and I had 8 iron down here and hit a really good iron shot. My iron play was probably the best I've had ever in my career, so I was very confident with my irons. Yeah, nice swing there, and I have like a 10, 11 footer slider left to right putt, and I hit a perfect and dripped in the front edge. So nice comeback from those first two holes, and that third hole was probably one of the harder holes on the golf course. So it was nice to make a birdie, and now I'm back. I'm one back here on four, and I think I've hit a 7 iron, but I've leaked it right. Probably the one of the only places you can't miss. So definitely had a few nerves with my swing, but yeah, there's a few swings on a Sunday that you want to take back, and this was one of them. You want to make it as stress free as you can on a Sunday, but I have this tough bunker shot now. Had a not that good of a lie, but I knew I could hit it on the up slope of the bunker, and I ended up doing that, and it was really close to being good, but it scooted off that front edge. So now I've got a 12 footer for par, and I'm looking okay. It was a pretty good shot from that bunker, so my hopes are still okay, and I'm looking forward to this putt. As you can see, really nice aggressive putt here. Left it a foot short on a par putt, which was awesome. Not the best of putts, but we're moving on. Nice drive on five. I have an iron shot in here, wedge shot, and I've hit this nice, I think 3/4 50-degree gap wedge. So I'm looking good. It seems like I'm going back and forth on my scorecard here, but sometimes you can't control those bogeys, but these birdies are very nice. So downhill putt left to righter and straight in the middle. So I'm back to 13, and I'm two back. Lowry's made a nice birdie putt there, and I'm chasing still. So on hole 6, windy, not my favorite hole on the course because it's very straight and there's a lot of thick rough back there, like behind me on the left side there. So I hit a nice drive for once there, and it got a little unlucky here. It was down the middle of the fairway, and it's just trickled down to the left there. So I'm still looking good. I'm just crept off, but I've got a little cushion. Hit a really nice 8-iron to I would think about 10, 11 feet, and I've got a pretty fast putt. I don't know where the hole is there, but yeah, I hit a nice putt and I ended up holding it. So again, this is one of the tougher holes that you probably don't expect to make birdie on, and I ended up making birdie. So it was great to make a birdie and get to 14 under. So I'm one back, and the seventh hole is a pretty easy hole. I would say it suits my shot because I can fade it, and if it goes a little right, I'm still carrying that bunker. So started down that middle there and ended up hitting a really good drive. 188 miles per hour with the ball speed. So I've crushed this one. I'm aiming here at the too good sign, as you can see at the back there, and was trying to hit a fade off there. The wind was left to right, so I'm telling it to sit here just because it started leaking a little right, and it was a bit too much. And it was one of the better shots of the week, and on a par five, if you hit it to 15 feet, you're pretty happy. So I've got this putt for birdie now, for eagle now actually, which was awesome. So yeah, I was telling my caddy there, I was hoping it for to stay. So I've got this 15-footer. I've hit a really good putt, and somehow it didn't turn right in the middle section. And as you can see there, I've hit the perfect putt, and I don't know how it ended up right behind the hole. And yeah, that was a little painful, but it's all right. I move on. I have a facial expression there. 3 birdies in a row, so I'm happy. I've got 157. I'm pretty sure I hit a hard pitching wedge here or a hard 9-iron. I was trying to hit it to about 10 feet left, but ended up pushing it just a little bit straight over the hole. So I ended up hitting it to 8 feet, and that just shows my iron play was really good that week. I wasn't scared of missing it right here. So aimed a little 10 feet, and now I've got a 10-footer. Hit a good putt, but I started at just a tad left. It was a little right to left, and I thought it was a bit straighter than it was. So again, here suits my drive. I can start it at that bunker and fade it off. It is a pretty daunting drive. When I first got there, my first ever time, you're trying to lay up and trying to hit it short of the bunker, but sometimes you got to be aggressive, and you just got to hit it. And now I've got a wedge, awkward lie, but tough. The lie was sitting up, and I didn't think I could get that much spin on it. So I've hit this nice sand wedge into the middle of the green. And that's all I could do. I couldn't really go for that pin just because left was pretty dead, and I'm pretty happy with a 25-footer up the hill. But yeah, emotions are pretty good right now. I'm one back of Victor and go as low as I can. Again, hit a really aggressive putt here, and I didn't think it was going to turn that much left to right, as you can see in my facial expression, but it was a good effort. So I'm 2 back now. Perez made a birdie on 10, and I've smoked my drive, but hit it a bit too far left, just over this bunker. And I have a flop shot that I need to hit pretty precisely. Obviously, there's the greens are very fast and undulating, so I hit it 20 feet left here, and Shane's given me the thumbs up. And yeah, I've hit a nice shot. This was probably the one putt that on the week that I thought was the best putt I've hit with the line I wanted to, and somehow ended up going right, and I didn't know how because the wind was off the right on that putt. So that was painful. Pulled my drive here on 11, but I think it was safe. Just carried the bunker, which was a pretty long carry. I think it was maybe 300 yards. So it was a nice ended up being a perfect pull, I guess, and just over the bunker without going into the shrubs right there, 5 yards in front of my ball. So um, still bummed about that putt on 10. Definitely felt like I should have gone in. I hit a 7 iron or a 6 iron here to the front edge, and as you can see, the greens are fast, and it was downwind, so it was actually a very good shot. But yeah, my irons were on, and fancied my chances here. Just a nice draw off the bunker, um, with a lot of wind there. So this one again, I hit another really good putt. Was a bit aggressive, and it ended up snapping left there, as you can just see. So I hit really good putts all week, and especially today on this day. And I had like a 35 footer, and definitely thought that should have gone in, but it ended up snapping. There's a lot of grain on these greens, so obviously didn't look at it enough. So made a birdie there, and looking good. 2 shots back. Perez obviously having a really good day, and if it wasn't for him, I'm in the lead. So this drive was one of the better drives that I hit. I some reason, it suits my eye. Just faded off the bunker, and pumped it down there. It's gone a long way, and got a bit unlucky as it went into this funny rough, I guess. A lot of people have walked on that side, so it's a bit dry. Got a funky lie, and I have a lob wedge here. It's 120 yards, and I'm looking for a flyer just because this lie wasn't great. Play this, 5-10 short, and it ended up rolling up. So now I'm looking good for this hole. I've got a I've got a 15, 16, 17 footer here, which I thought was, one of the harder putts of the day. Winds off the right, and at this point I'm like, is one putt going to go in? I hit this towards the right there, and it snaps back into the hole, which was awesome. Fist pump there, knew that was big for my confidence, and back-to-back birdie. So I think I've made, yeah, as you can see, I'm wishing there, saying that, yeah, I finally got one. I think that's 5 or 6 birdies out of 7, 8 holes. So the comeback's real, and feeling good. 13's, only a wedge, but it is pretty daunting with that right water and that bunker that lurks on the left. So hit a nice safe shot. It's not like you need to go, pretty hard at this pin, just because if there's the misses there are huge. So again, I've got a 30 footer with a lot of wind, feeling great with the putter. And moral of the day, hit a lot of good putts, stayed patient. This one was another putt that I thought was going to be solid. Like you can see there, accelerating stroke, and somehow doesn't break left, and it ends up literally right behind the hole. So it's just one of those days where I'm pointing at green, and I'm pointing at the grain, and I'm like, how does that not go in? But all you can do is hit good putts. So 14 here. Strong hole. I mean, it's one of the easier, I guess, holes scoring wise, but it is tough. It can play tough. You hit in those bunkers and you're in trouble. Hit a nice 4-iron, I think, there, which carried 250, which was, very strong. Must have nuked it. The wind there is pumping right to left, a bit of down. So I'm in the good side of the fairway. Talking with Stu, my caddy here. I got 87 meters, which is probably 95 yards around there, and I've got a lob wedge in my hand. So as you can see there, you can't miss it right, or else it will go down to the water. Again, I'm tied with the lead here, and I'm looking good. Nice swing there. Actually, I might have hit a sandwich. I think it was a sandwich club there, just because I had to control it, because that wind was pumping. So I thought that would have jumped a little bit further, but it was nice. So this was one of the toughest putt on the course. It looks simple here, but it was left to right with right to left. I think the camera angle will show here. So you go left to right with that green, and then right to left, and yeah, I hit a good putt again, and as you can see, it's down grain there at the very end. So I thought, if anything, it would go towards the water. Again, there, hit a good putt, hit good shots on that hole, but it is what it is. So hopefully, one day when I can get those putts dropping, it will be nice. But again, just hit some nice shots here. Tough wind, left to right, and as a fader and a slicer of the ball, it's not the easiest of shots. So aimed left there, and obviously not in a bad position. You're happy if you're on short grass here. So I have a 5-iron here, 200 yards. I'm trying to draw it a little bit and leak it to the right, drop my club. Not the best of swings, but
This shot here, come on, talk to us about this one.
yeah. So this shot was probably the best shot of the day. As you can see there, it was lucky to not go into that thick rough, and now I've got this funky chip. I'm either going to hit it high because I'm into the wind, or I'm bumping it into the hill, one bounce into the hill and letting it roll out. But I fancied my shots here. The lie was nice, and needed to hit this high with a lot of spin. So hit a nice shot, caught it perfectly, nice bounce, bit of spin, and hit it to 1.5 feet. So that was one of the better chips I've hit in my career. This one was pretty cool too. It's right there. I've hit a low 4-iron, but as you can see, the apex is 29 feet, which is not even 10 meters, 10 yards. So as you can probably think, 10 yards that carries 220 yards. Or even more, 240 yards. It's going to be pretty low. So I think I nearly hit the weeds in front of the tee there, and hit a nice drive here. So I have 170 yards in, pumping left to right wind. Not my favorite wind. Obviously, you can see that swing. It wasn't the greatest, but I'm telling it to sit down and have a good kick. And I've landed this on the good side of that hill. I needed to land it past that pin, or else I have a tough putt. Right here, I'm practicing my swing just to make sure that I don't miss it right again. But I missed a couple right today, so on that day. So I have a nice 30-footer, and I know Victor's one up, so I'm giving this a run. I hit it 5 feet putt, and now I've got a scary putt coming down with that wind coming off the left, no, coming off my right. So or my left. So I have this shaky putt, and I ended up holding it, which was nice. But my motto is to not back down and make sure I put aggressive putts on aggressive strokes on these putts to give myself the best chance. I'm going to pause this for a second. This one was a tough one for me. I'm walking with Shane around the green to the 17th tee box, and I see Victor obviously hole out from that bunker, and I knew it was a tough bunker shot from there. So I thought, I might have a chance of, if I make par here, I might be even with him. So I'm looking pretty good, but obviously he hold it, and now my hopes are pretty low, I would say. We got a tough par 3, and we got not an easy par 5 to finish. So I have a 5-iron, 6-iron here, I think. I needed to make birdie, because obviously the last hole's not that tough. If you can hit a decent drive, and the tees were up. So I'm up here thinking I need to go for this flag. I was aiming probably closer to the middle, but it pushed towards the right, and with a good bounce, it probably could have been close. But yeah, as you can see, I got quite unlucky there, and it landed very soft just over the bunker with a bit of sand splashing up there. So not the best of swings at the time, but I have 5. It was a 5-iron in the hand, and I'm fancying my chances here. Good lie into the wind, bunker just over the bunker, and I've got this little flop shot, a lot of wind into my face. I've opened up this club face and hit it just a bit too high off the face, and obviously a lot of spin there. But from there, I'm thinking of hitting it closer than that, just because I was being pretty good with that wedge all week. So now I've got a 5-6 footer, and my hopes aren't the best, just because Victor hold out there. So didn't hit terrible of a putt here, but thought it would break a little bit more. Obviously, lipped out and didn't. Now I'm not looking good. I'm 3 behind. I'm not sure what happened with Victor in front. You know, obviously he had a tough drive into that bunker, and I didn't think I had any chance. So I'm 3 back. I'm trying to fade this off the left side and hit the biggest pull of my life. Oh, I guess best pull of my life too. So I'm 109, nearly 190 ball speed, and the wind was very strong because usually if that wind wasn't there, that's going straight in the water. So it held up nicely there. Now I'm in like the perfect position for a second shot. 270 yards, still tough. I mean, I had a 3-wood, but I mean, still with 3-wood, it wasn't the best club in my bag that time. So I have this 2-iron, hit a nice swing, 171 ball speed, which is pretty solid for a 2-iron. I obviously pumped it, but it was a nice position to be in. But I didn't, my my body language here isn't the greatest. There, I was walking off, and Victor's made bogey here, so I don't think I haven't seen this leaderboard. I knew I was three behind at that time, but I was actually 2 behind. So I'm just trying to make a birdie to come second. But I obviously wanted to try to make eagle. So I gave myself a chance here. I knew there was a backstop there. Obviously, like a ball from the right there, so it was very close. And yeah, this chip obviously gone down to a foot, and I'm pretty sure Victor had a premature celebration. He didn't think that ball was coming down, so he told me the week after where we played in Dubai, and it ended up being obviously closer than what he was reacting to. So nice little tap in here. Ended up coming second. Great start to the year, and I have good chances of getting one of those cards at the end of the year. So very solid golf, 68, 69, 66, 68, 17 under. Very solid. One of the best ball striking weeks I've had in my career, and I was pretty happy with that. Obviously, you need a little bit of luck going your side to win tournaments, and a few putts didn't drop, and Victor obviously got that. He obviously played great golf that day, and ended up holding that bunker shot, which was probably the change and the dramatic point of the tournament. So hats off to him. But a really, really good week, and happy with that, and moving on. Hope you guys enjoyed the final round of my walkthrough of the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship here this year. Comment down below what other videos and other highlights you want me to go through and rounds, and I will happily do that. And hopefully we have more of these. Thanks, guys.
To watch another DP World Tour video, click here, and to subscribe, click here.